Hey guys, welcome to Mind Your Health podcast with Dr. Connie. Today I want to talk to you guys about really the path to wellness and optimal health, right? So, as I think back to my own path, it's always convoluted. You take a few steps forward, you naturally take a few steps back. What's really important, I found, was what do you do when you get or when you experience a roadblock? Because inevitably, you'll experience roadblocks no matter where you are in your health journey. No matter how much you think that health is entitled to you, it's going to happen no matter what. And some of us enjoy healthier states of being, but I find that when we do experience setbacks in the way of flares or certain illnesses or symptoms or even injuries, that those can be an opportunity for us to really step up our game and step into a newer version. Like much like in technology, right? We have a version 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, so on and so on. So it's really a blessing in disguise, if you will. And that's what I want you guys to really start to step into. And I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but in my current situation and in over the 25 years that I've been working as a clinician, trying to figure out what really is the secret denominator or the secret ingredient that makes certain people be able to overcome the obstacles and achieve whatever it is that they want versus those who don't is really all about the mindset. And I hate talking about the mindset because it's such a cliche, especially in my field of expertise. It's not scientific, evidence-based. We're not going about it in terms of evidence-based approach. But I just want you to kind of have this or explore this topic with me today, all about really exploring our path to optimal wellness and health and really think about it in a different way. So ever since I was a teenager, I've been a health nut. A health nut is somebody who believes that they're doing everything that they can and do everything by the book in terms of what they can do and cannot do, make things right or wrong, and really be able to be disciplined enough to follow a rigid plan. And it's actually a good thing. And I always thought it was a good thing. And I was one who eagerly did everything I can to stay as healthy as possible. I believe being healthy was working out and watching what I ate. Really, that was the definition of health for me. And I did the best I could as a teenager because I wanted to know and do more. I really decided to major in psychology as an undergrad. Oops, here's my baby, you guys. I majored in psychology, didn't think that that was enough, but that's where I got the exposure to the mindset, not in the way that I understand it now, but from the scientific evidence-based understanding of our psychology and the mind and how it works. Back then in the 90s, we didn't really explore how it can be used or applied to heal. Although now I'm finding that the books were there all along. It's just people didn't wake up to what we know today, what I know today as to be true. So I studied I got my bachelor's in psychology, decided to major in nutrition for my master's degree, and then decided it would be so optimal if I can major and get a doctorate degree in physical therapy. And so I thought, what a good mix, right? Psychology, nutrition, and physical activity. And it's a doctorate in physical therapy. So I would know all about the anatomy and all the things physiologically involved with respect to health and wellness. And that's what I had envisioned for myself. And I thought I would be an expert in health and wellness. But along my pursuit to health and wellness, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease just as I was completing my doctoral degree in physical therapy. And you have to understand, my friends, my students who were, or the students that were, or my colleagues, I should say, they all thought I was the epitome of health, even my family. I was like a health and wellness snob almost. I expected everybody to sort of be ready for me and listen to me preaching about health and wellness because I thought I knew it all. But really, in reality, I'm not so sure now that I was following all the things. And I'm not even sure if I understood what health and wellness really meant, right? But through my diagnoses, I had to explore things a little bit differently and learn to adapt and really go deeper with what I understood to be optimizing my health. Anyhow, it'll all become clear as I explain more. So I had about 5 bouts of autoimmune flares that were really, really severe. And add to that 25 years of clinical experience and practice, now I finally understand that optimal health and healing is one essential or one same path. That healing or being sick and health, sickness to health is a spectrum. And we're going to experience some level of sickness and health. Oh my goodness, sorry, you guys, my little puppy here. And as a physical therapist, helping people from all walks of life to regain their functional mobility, I learned that there are many people on the spectrum of this health, wellness, and sickness. And the most important factor determining their prognoses was their underlying mindset. Mindset, by definition, is a mental attitude or inclination or a fixed state of mind, by definition. And when a patient believes, what I observed, that when a patient believes that they will and can heal, their attitude and actions reflect their strong conviction, so much so that healing really was inevitable. They don't tolerate negativity around them or in their lives and become laser focused that healing is inevitable, and that comes true for them. While I'm providing the expertise on their road to recovery, they actually call the shots. And they're confident and they ask questions and they advocate for themselves in how and what they will actually do to reach their goals. And it has to make sense for them. And on the flip side, when the patient is riddled with overwhelm and limiting beliefs, they tend to give up. But they don't even know that they've given up in their mind and become not only complacent, but dependent. They tend to be subject to circumstances that are completely out of their control in their lives. And without knowing, they choose to ride the emotional roller coaster and blame the emotional roller coaster, not even realizing that that's what's happening. And that actually keeps them in the cycle of fear and despair. So as you can see, the two outcomes based on their underlying beliefs can actually change the trajectory of their outcome. We create actually and validate what we believe is the point that I want to get across to you. I love this quote by Henry Ford. It really changed everything for me. If you think you can, or if you think you can't, you're right. Because if you live your life thinking, I can't, you're going to have a host of excuses as to why you can't. And you know what? That's exactly what you're going to create from that belief, because you're going to validate that belief somehow with what you do and be, right? On the other hand, if you believe you can, you validate that belief and you go towards getting that done and being committed to the outcome no matter what. And as I mentioned, while it's a cliche to talk about mindset, it's one that we need to bring self-awareness to. Because most of us don't really understand the paradigm by which we see and live our lives. But this very paradigm is not the ultimate truth, right? But we believe it is. So we don't really even observe what we're doing every single day is perpetuating the thing we are trying to avoid. It's almost like there was a little story of 3 fishes swimming about in the ocean, and 2 fish is going one direction. The one fish was coming the other direction. And then the 2 fish that were going in one direction was asked by that one fish, hey, how's the water? And the 2 fish said, what do you mean the water? And that means they don't even see the environment because it's part of them. They live and breathe in the water, so they don't separate themselves from what they're in. So I want you to sit and think about, is there something in your life that you're doing that you're choosing to hold on to that's making it so, but it may not be? So, because it's like that, I call this the meta concept, where you're living your life, but you have to like sort of wake up to, oh my gosh, is this paradigm right for me? Am I really limiting myself by believing certain things? And by not really being self aware about what that is, we continue to live that and repeat that. And we do a little better, do a little different, and do a little more each year, but inevitably we end up with minimal results, incrementally, and we don't really exponentially grow, right? And everything becomes linear. So your paradigm becomes the filter by which we live our lives. This filter is important because when you wear, for example, blue glasses that make your world blue, that's all you know. You don't know anything else, no other colors. Versus when you wear red, it's all red. That's all you know. But when you take the glasses off, you didn't even know that you could. The truth, right? Take the glasses off and you realize there's a spectrum of colors in your world, and your whole world looks very differently, and the possibilities are endless with the rainbow of colors. So I speak to you about this, and maybe it's too convoluted for you, but thank you for really following with me here. I recently learned about Amy Purdy. Those of you who don't know, you need to look her up if you're going through some hardships in your life, because she's really, I mean, God, that woman is just so amazing. She's an American actress, a model, para snowboarder, motivational speaker, clothing designer, and an author. She is also a 2014 Paralympics bronze medalist. She just defies all odds in her life. And she was 2018, or in 2018, she was Paralympics silver medalist and one of the top motivational speakers in the world. She is also the co-founder of Adaptive Action Sports. Here's a woman using her obstacle as a reason to live her life to the fullest. Because at just 19 years old, she contracted meningitis, which caused her to have to amputate her legs. She then lost her spleen due to the sepsis, and then kidney soon after. So she had to have a kidney transplant, loss of spleen, and then she had to have more surgeries because of the blood clots in her lower legs. I mean, all this was just obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. And despite the setback, she was able to change her mindset, to inspire and change the world, helping people with devastating injuries to regain their strength and motivation to do the impossible. And she's an inspiration to so many around the world. But also she's exemplary, and she's an epitome of strength, right? And has inspired so many, like as I said. She's used her obstacle to win rather than be defeated or be defined by it. And I love that story. I was so inspired by her story, and I felt that it can help some of you going through rough patches on your healing journey as well, to regain the spark and decide, because all you need is to decide to switch your mindset. I share this too because I learned from 25 years of clinical experience working closely with patients who have gone through devastating illnesses or injury that mindset shift is absolutely the most important factor when it comes to transformation. And that's really what you're doing. Is the old version of you, the 1.1 version of you, is become 2.0. And every obstacle is a blessing if you think that it is, just like Amy Purdy. And then make it a reason to evolve and grow to a new version of you. Like the software that evolves, and if it doesn't, in this day and age, they'll become obsolete, right? What it means is that obstacle or overcoming obstacles, like the multitudes of symptoms and addressing them, requires you to change the fiber of your not just doing, but your being. This can't happen if you continue to look for external validation or become dependent on someone or something something else outside of you. That the answers to your desires is within you all along. And while such external things or person can help you to ignite it, that health is ultimately an inside job. As a logical and left-brained individual that I am, I tend to weigh the science over the miraculous power of the mind. And I have in my professional career all along. Always questioned it, never believed in it, but I actually was drawn to it, right? But having witnessed the miraculous power of my mindset in my own healing journey, it's one that I focus on with my patients through my signature program, the Gut Healing Transformation, which is a program all about addressing the root causes layer by layer and exploring all aspects of you, not just what you can do, the tools like the diets and supplements and all the things scientific, but the layers of you. We go deeper to really get to the heart of the matter. Because at the end of the day, stripped of all logic, there is an essence within all of us screaming to be heard and expressed. That's when you don't allow yourself to fully express who you are, or that when you don't allow yourself to fully express who you are, we become trapped in our minds of the version that we learn to be rather than who we truly are. This transformative experience is what truly heals and, more importantly, liberates us from our limiting beliefs that keeps us from living our best lives. I believe you all are capable of anything you can imagine. If you can envision it, you certainly can create that into existence. That's what the manifestation is all about. It's not some voodoo thing. It's a real scientific thing. It's so much easier to keep being trapped in our minds and validate the common thing that we've known from the past that keeps us from truly believing. But it's time to shed the past version of ourselves and step into the new. With that in mind, I'd like to invite you, or each and every one of you who are struggling with some physical symptoms that keep you from living your life, or those of you who've been living with chronic illnesses or diseases that keep you from living your full life, to join me on a transformative healing journey for 5 days. I am hosting a free 5-day Heal Your Gut Challenge to change the way you think about, change your whole paradigm and get rid of the old and step into the new with the new tools like the health and diet that you know to be true for you, right? It's all about shedding away all the belief systems, all the experts telling us this and that, all the confusing things, and really stripping everything to really get to the core root of, or truth of the matter, I should say. So if you want to really truly get to the truth of who you are and really get underneath the symptoms to really pull it out from its roots, really join me on this 5-day free challenge. Let's be free from those pesky symptoms that keep you from living your best life. I know what that's like, and I would love to help you to overcome it and pull you out of the mud, right? And stop being trapped in that limiting mindset, because you, my friends, you can absolutely do this, and I want to help you to do that. So I want to say, click the link below and sign up right away. There's so much bonuses and lots of transformative exercises that we've incorporated. You don't want to miss this opportunity. We've worked so hard for the last couple months, and it's a new challenge that I feel like is going to impact you in ways you never envisioned. So click the link below, sign up. And also, please follow me on Instagram at Dr. Connie Chung, as well as I've been on TikTok. So at Dr. Connie Chung as well. It's CHEUNG, not UNG. And follow us on Mind Your Podcast by subscribing to iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and anywhere the podcasts are played. You can visit me at my new website, drconniechung.com. And this is the 2.0 version. And I'm going to be uncovering little bits of what I've been going through to become this new version. It's a lot of obstacles I've had to overcome. And I know that it's going to help you to really challenge yourselves to step up rather than step down and give up. So join me there, click the link below, and I'll see you guys